you stack up on Sylas.
Right, yeah. I mean, fat AP ratio indeed. As we get into our first game of week 4, High Alert versus Riftwalkers. For anyone joining us for the first time, it's going to be a banger as High Alert tries to take down the King.
And it looks like we're going to see both junglers starting on the top side of the map.
We see Mighty Fine Pyre getting jumped on. Breadwater hits a nice combo on him, chunks him out. Too bad that's just the jungler. I think that he's probably gonna, he's gonna take the recall and just heal back up. But
Manifold
nice
and proc.
Yeah, Manifold flow band, exactly. Boom. That's 25 mana right there. Oh, Breadwater. Oh, he hit that Sound Abduct again.
Yeah, that's what you got to
nice
be doing.
trade. I think that's gonna be he's gonna be up in health against Magician for the early game, it seems.
Yep. Very good position to be in as Sylas. That's really what you have to do early on Sylas against these control mages is pressure them, use your health as a resource, and get their health low before they can start to poke you out.
Exactly. One of the things, though, you might be able to touch on this more, but Sylas actually did go for the Doran's Ring, so we won't have that built-in item sustain from the shield. So he's going to have to really make sure he gets every ounce of worth out of his health bar because he's not going to have that regen.
Yep, he's really committed to playing aggressive early, which is, what you like to see. Sylas can get away with a less of a sustained start because the Kingslayer heals at low health are very effective, but it is a lot riskier. Both junglers
on the duct. He's chunking out Magician. I mean, the Doran's Ring is paying itself off with the damage.
Yep, we might be seeing a level 2 all-in from our mid laners here. That is very Razor's Edge sort of lane state. Both of our junglers are just currently clearing up from bot side, doing full clears on both ends.
Right, we see that Titan Frog guy hit the level 2 prio first, and Titan's blasting them with the abilities, but he is running low on mana. So early prio from the Jinx Seraphine, but we're gonna have to see if that gets them punished at all. As we, like you said, the junglers are heading up top side, so there's less of a chance as a gank. And Oso,
yeah, and this is the real Rumble stuff. I mean, he's just that strong.
Yeah,
the spacing is so difficult to deal with on Darius.
Awesome to see. Maybe someone has finally found an answer to Lacombe Laffitte's, dunk master. Oh, actually, he's using the God King skin, but he's been dunking on people. So maybe let's see if he's able to keep up this offensive pressure and really make sure that Lacombe Laffitte doesn't get ahead like he's been able to in these other games.
Yep, both of our junglers are just finishing up their clears now. Darius is in a bit of a pushed out position, so we'll probably see Hecarim moving in to prevent any sort of gank on that top side of the map. That's what I would expect. We do see Hecarim floating around that and Jarvan as well. It looks like our Jinx Seraphine. Yeah, our Jinx Seraphine just took the opportunity for an early back. Jinx coming back in with that call.
Oh, we see less force in the jungle here. Magician Breadwater. Magician has a level 1 advantage. So Breadwater just hits 4. He hits all of his ability. Oh, Magician actually flashed, but he still dies to the Petrocyte Burst auto attack. A nice follow-up from less force to secure first blood for Breadwater. Magician flashed, but he was the one that disappeared, as now we have, Lacombe Laffite. Oso flashes him from the Decimate, so he can't get the healing. A nice overheat right at the right time, and Oso gets the kill for 2-0 for High Alert. What a start.
An incredible start for High Alert. This is exactly how you want things to go if you're going to be Kingslayers. 2-0 start with a really clean fight in mid lane and an incredible solo kill from Oso in the top lane. Darius getting set behind early is so painful to deal with. Rumble getting ahead early really starts to snowball that lane advantage. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, what a nice set of plays from the team and top side. Like we said, the top side's going to be the big difference maker for the early game, as Breadwater was able to pick up a Dark Seal refill pot for the regen and the book, while Magician has to also buy the refill pot to stay in lane, so he's going to be down that first item. I think, Breadwater's going aggressive. He's really leveraging that level.
Very
oh my god, this is another solo kill. Oh my god, Magician's barely able to wop out of that one alive, just limping out of lane, as Breadwater's doing a great job landing all of his abilities.
And that was a very clean Sylas combo. Excellent juggling of the auto attacks, and that's really the difference that Dark Seal is making. That 35 extra AP that he has over the Syndra is really just a huge threat early on in the game. Provides a lot of extra burst damage to his combo, so he's really looking to just burst her as soon as she walks into lane every time.
Yeah, exactly. And we see Oso setting up a nice wave state for himself there, making sure that Darius is not able to set up a freeze. He's setting up a wave, but now Mighty Fine Pie ganking mid. Breadwater dashes out, throws out the abduct, misses, but a nice escape from the gank. No summoners used. Magician's Flash, like we said, is still down, as we see Taich and Frog Guy fighting Frexen and LaCha-Cha. Both AD carries went for the cull, but it seems like Taich and Frog Guy are able to have prio in this lane, as Crexen's almost out of mana.
Yep, the bot lane from Riftwalkers, they are getting shoved in. We do see that the Aphelios is down about 10 CS to this Jinx. But that's not a huge advantage to be building in the bot lane with the rest of your map looking like this. This is a rough spot for High Alert. They really have to, for Riftwalkers, they really have to find,
See,
out to the situation.
Man, Oso drops the equalizer on top. The Calm Fit's not level 6 yet. He doesn't have the ulti. Oso trying to turn this round, overheats and gets a flame spitter. He's doing so much damage, but Calm Fit gets the kill back. I think he healed off the decimate, so a nice gank from Mighty Fine Pie to knock him into his top laner. A good kill there, getting some of the lead back for Riftwalker's top side, but now in return, High Alert's jungler Less Force is getting the dragon uncontested.
Yep. An overextension from the top side put Rumble a little bit behind. It's not the worst spot for him. Darius did not shove the wave all the way under tower, so Rumble does get to conserve his TP here. And they are going to trade for Dragon. So in the end, not the worst trade for High Alert, but oh, we're seeing an engage here on the
trade. Oh, Mighty Fine Pie actually wants to fight for this. He's level 6. Less Force is not steal unsuccessful. Mighty Fine Pie taking so much damage, has the Onslaught of Shadows out. LaCha-Cha taking so low. Tries to land one more rocket flash from Frog Guy, gets the kill. Frog Guy gets the kill.
He's excited.
He's running down Mighty Fine Pie. The stun misses from Magician, but he doesn't have the range to catch up. A nice fight near the dragon. A little bit greedy from Mighty Fine Pie to try to go for that while his carry was out of position. And it looks like, High Alert capitalized on it. But now the Calm Fit actually flashes on top of Oso. He has the ulti ready. He wants to take this fight. Gets the slam dunk on him, but Oso's so low. Is he going to die to the bleed stacks? Looks like he died to the last tick of the bleed. Unfortunate, but a really great play.
Yep. Just a surprising amount of burst damage coming out of Darius. You always got to be prepared for that. The flash on top of you. It's a combo.
That's the true combo, flash into full combo. I think Oso was not expecting his opponent to just flash up in his face. He does have the TP to catch the wave, and now Calm Fit is down both of these mobility summoners, so maybe he's able to do something with that. Oso,
I do want to point out.
Yeah, go ahead, Ochremancer.
I do want to point out the Darius is sitting on tier 2 boots and the Rumble is sitting on tier 1, and that is just a full straight up itemization mistake. If you are playing into this Darius, you have to buy tier 2 boots before anything else. The move speed differential is so important.
Yeah, exactly. It lets you, escape the rundown. And I think if Oso maybe landed a bit more poke and was able to outrange him just a little bit, he would have been able to all in with the overheat later. But now we see Less Force getting these grubs uncontested, thanks to Mighty Fine Pie not having his ultimate up. So nice topside control from the team of High Alert. We saw that Calm Fit actually had to back after he got the solo kill, so wasn't able to, come back and contest for that early.
Yep, a lot of really strong map macro play from High Alert here to keep on top of this team comp. Really leveraging, the early strength of their champions with the Sylas and the Jarvan, as they kind of have to. We're going to see the ADCs taking a fight against each other here in the bot lane.
Lack of Flame Chompers jumps out of the Seraphine route, so a nice look by the bot lane of High Alert, as now,
he's going to be
the flash timer's down. Now's the time to kill him.
Very vulnerable to the Jarvan now. For the next 5 minutes, that Aphelios has absolutely nothing if he gets Cataclysm, and that's a big worry.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, Dragon's not up for another 2.5 minutes, but that means he won't be up by then. I mean, one of the things that I think Crexen's done well, he's on his Aphelios Comfort champion, but he is, and he managed to catch up on farm, but I think now is the time for High Alert to really do their thing and capitalize on the fact that he is missing Flash.
Yeah, we do see the Sylas maintaining a 600 gold late in mid at the biggest gold differential. I'd like to see him try and utilize that to push the team advantage on the rest of the map. I don't think he gets anything out of trading with Syndra in lane at this point in the game, as we do see him start to rotate up topside, maybe looking for a dive on the Darius.
Yeah, we see topside. I think Less Force is going to recall Breadwater's been doing good, but Magician's doing a great job making sure that he's not behind in farm. and Mighty Fine Pie is a little bit behind, but not a ton. So I think Riftwalker's done a good job to stabilize it. We see a fight, a flash out from Oso. He overheats on top of Lacombe Lafitte. Lacombe Lafitte gets the dunk, but it's not enough damage. They're both walking away limping. Oso's going back in. He has the scrap shield, but he gets hit with the decimate, meaning that Lacombe Lafitte heals. Oso, oh my god, he dies to the bleed again. A nice face up from Lacombe Lafitte, a bit too much aggression, and now Oso dies to a solo kill for the second time this game.
Yep, that's the champion mastery on that Darius, really showing through. Excellent spacing and movement in that fight to land that decimate in a really tense situation.
Yeah, I think Oso maybe flashed a little bit off. It looked like he still got hit by that first decimate, and that was just enough health for Lacombe Lafitte to get the kill. So now Oso's down quite a bit. The wave was crashed in. Lacombe Lafitte's at an advantage in XP and kill. So, oh, we see fighting in the bottom lane. Frog Guy's getting flanked by Magician. The Encore goes out. A nice knockback from the Janna. Stunned up, but the exhaust is a perfect time. Frog Guy's getting so low and he gets killed, but the TP from Breadwater did so much damage. Rips apart Krexin and Magician with the chains. A beautiful TP turns what would have been a losing fight over to high alert, as now they're chunking down the plates as Lessworth looking for a dive. They're just jumping on top of Mighty Fine Pie, and LeChacha has to be there and watch. Mighty Fine Pie's trying to escape with a devastating charge. Everyone is quite low on both teams. Breadwater's getting chunked out. He still has the ultimate up. Oh, uses it for the
Jinx ult coming in.
Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket flies by. Mighty Fine Pie gets the smite on the Gromp, and he's walking away. But a nice 2-for-1 from High Alert to turn around the fight.
Incredible teleport from Breadwater there, just really turning the fight around, perfectly timed with the Jarvan ultimate. And we're going to see him continue to go in. He wants more.
Yeah, he misses the abduct, but it looks like this means High Alert's going to have Cryo for the second dragon of the game. But now Mighty Fine Pie and I think Magician, oh, they're not going to go for it. Mighty Fine Pie's just going to farm his top side, and this, yeah, the second dragon, the Cloud Drake, is going to get taken no contest.
Yep, we see Lacombe Lafitte split pushing on the top side, but this is the real issue with Darius, is once you get ahead, what next? And
yeah.
This
doesn't
is
have
about all he can do
to make it happen. So he's just gonna have to run around in top lane.
Yep, you proxy, you steal their jungle. So Breadwater is clearing up in the mid lane and probably looking to back and make another play after this wave.
Flash apprehend gets Oso. Oso has no flash, drops the equalizer down and gives himself some safety, but Mighty Fine Pie is here to do the damage. Oso tries to turn around, but it's just not enough. Lacombe Lafitte uses the ult early to chunk him down, and there's no escape for this rumble. Now 1-4 in lane, as the top side of Riftwalker is really clawing back that early game lead. Now they're even in gold.
Yep, this Darius is starting to look really dangerous. Fully complete Spear of Shojin on the Darius, as well as the Hecarim. You're just about seeing everybody hit their first items. We're seeing a Hex Belt on Sylas, that's pretty average, as well as a Sundered Sky on Jarvan, and a Luden's Hex.
I think it's a companion now. Luden's Claw.
Luden's gun on the Syndra.
Yeah, one of the things that we should mention actually is the Void Grubs is really paying off dividends for the bot lane of Taich and Frog Guys. High Alert's farmed a lot of the bottom lane tower plays. I think they're got at least 3 of them, and Riftwalker's not able to get any. So some nice usage out of the turret damage, as yeah, it's just paying off.
Up a comfortable 1K lead for the Jinx here. That's almost as large as the differential in the top side of the map. That's a big advantage quietly sitting here for High Alert.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if they got that last tower play, but Frog Guy and Taich are playing a great, Enchanter versus Hyper Carry matchup, as they, push in so many waves. They're up in about a 10 CS lead, and they're able to farm all the plates almost. And yeah, they're just keeping the bottom lane stuck under the turret. I think this might be first turret. Oh, a nice encore. Oh, just barely misses LeChacha, but the Get Excited gets the Jinx ahead. LeChacha uses the ulti, but it hits nothing. Frog Guys gets excited, and he just keeps firing on Krexin.
He's maybe in a bit too deep here.
Oh, the TP is here. Magician lands the Scatter of the Week, and it's going to be a dead Jinx, as Mighty Fine Pie picks that one up. A great teleport to save Krexin, and make something happen out of that. So a 1-for-1 in the bot lane there. Yeah, but now Breadwater's taking mid-turret for that TP, so great punish from High Alert, making sure that they can cross-map on every play. Oh, yeah. just barely not going to take the turret, actually.
It's all right, he'll get it here. Great cross mapping, very strong macro coming out of High Alert here, making sure that even their mistakes end up giving them something.
We're gonna see another one here. But now Lacombe Fit goes down on him. Oh, a nice steal of the Hecarim ulti gets him out. Onslaught of Shadows stolen and used for the escape route. So a really great use of that ultimate there. But now we're gonna have 4 people from Riftwalkers sending it off to Rift Herald. As Breadwater had to use both Flash and the stolen ulti to get out. There's a lot less power for him to fight.
Now, this is a dangerous fight for Riftwalkers because we are seeing the Rumble right there. He is here. He does have Equalizer. This could get dangerous, but they looks like they are going to secure the Herald.
Mighty Fine Pie gets tossed by Taich. Taich is in the middle of so many members. He's getting taken down so low. Oh, a Flag and Drag misses as a nice spear comes out. Gets the kill on Taich. Left Force taken solo. Gets apprehended in and dies. Redwar's trying to trade back and deal some damage, but he's 2 against 3. It does a nice, huge amount of damage actually to Crexon and LaChacha. But the bottom lane, is evaporated, and Frog Guy is nowhere to be seen as it's a 2 for 0 for Riftwalkers as they're able to get some exit kills after taking the Rift Herald successfully.
Yep, the Seraphine get caught out of position there. It can be so difficult to position on her. Shows so squishy, no mobility, no move speed. Get caught out and blown up instantly. The rest of the team just wasn't in position to follow up on the Jarvan play, unfortunately. And so we're going to see them lose 2 people and probably the top tower here.
He's barely there to defend, and like you said, Ochremancer, there just wasn't enough people. He should not be fighting that 4v5, and I think Taich had the flash up but chose to greet it, and he gets his team killed for his sins. And it seems like Less Force wanted to go in with the Flag and Drag, but he was just unable to hit it on Mighty Fine Pie, who's just so fast on this Hecarim. And slowly we saw that the early game was for High Alert, but the mid game has been for Riftwalkers. Now Lacombe Fit and Mighty Fine Pie are kind of their team's hope at 7-1 combined.
Yep, we see big gold advantages on both the Darius and the Hecarim. In exchange, High Alert does have the advantage on the Jinx, so we really will be looking to her to carry the rest of this game. We're going to see both teams grouping up in the mid lane.
Riftwalkers drop the Rift Herald. It doesn't walk anywhere. It just dies on the spot.
Yeah, they just give that.
Lacombe Fit's approaching. Lacombe Fit taken low. Oh, a nice encore CCs him up as the Aphelios' charms. They managed to kill the Aphelios. The Darius can't get the healing fast enough as Redwater jumps in again. The Equalizer was dealing so much damage from Oso, so a great engage from the team. The Encore, the Equalizer, the Cataclysm, everything landed on just the right targets, and a clean 2 for 0. No damage even was taken by High Alert as they're going to use that beautiful team fight setup to secure the 3rd dragon and move to Soul Point.
Yep, here we really see the strength of this High Alert comp. That instant lockdown, that Seraphine ult into Jarvan, into Rumble that really just kills people.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Like the Flame Trompers from Frog Guy, shout out to him. He positioned them perfectly so that the Darius had to move like in such a weird angle that Taich and Oso were able to land everything, and Breadwater was just in the mix, just dealing so much damage. It doesn't really feel like High Alert have triple AP. Like there's so much damage coming out from this mid laner. It doesn't really seem to matter, and I think Frog Guy got exactly what he wanted, being able to just free hit onto the front line. And I think Magician tried to scatter the weak to get the disengage, but it just wasn't not fast enough.
Yep, it's even if you disengage that, you're still locked into the Cataclysm with the Rumble ultimate. It's a very difficult engage to deal with, and you have to be very careful. Get caught out even a little bit, and a couple people are going to go down.
Beautiful play.
So at this point, we're just going to see the team split into 1-3-1s, as is fairly standard. We're going to see Silas matching up against Darius. LaChacha gets caught out, but it looks like nothing's going to happen. Yeah,
Frog Guy and Taich taking over the mid lane. They did secure Feats of Warfare a while ago, so they are going to have the opportunity to buy upgraded boots when it's up. The 1.7k gold lead might turn into something big for Frog Guy now that he's so close to the Infinity Edge. As we see Crexon on his signature Aphelios just has the crit cloak after the Collector, so he's going to be behind for a while.
Yep, both of these champions are really champions that spike hard at 3 items, but it looks like Jinx is going to hit that a lot sooner. And there's going to be this period where Jinx is on 3 items and Aphelios is on 2, where they're really
looking at Cataclysm. Crexon has to flash out immediately. That is the flash timer we're talking about, and it's gone from him already again.
Yep, just a wonderful trade that you love to make as Jarvan. That is what your button is for. It is the make the ADC flash button, and you have done your job. Aphelios has to be extremely careful in these upcoming fights, or he is going to die to any lockdown and Rumble Ultimate.
Yeah, it seemed like it just works. Broadwater and Lacan Lafitte are constantly scrapping as Lacan Lafitte uses the Ghost. Flash in actually as well, but the Proto Belt's out. Breadwater's taken low. Lacan Lafitte also is trying to stab up for the ultimate, but he stuns him under the turret. Breadwater with a beautiful outplay. He gets ran down, but Breadwater says, not today, Noxus. I'm still Demacia, and he gets the solo kill after Lacan Lafitte is over-aggressive under the turret. A beautiful turnaround from this Silas, making him 3-0.
Very, very strong play from the Silas, getting an incredible solo kill on that. The Darius dive is maybe a tad bit aggressive. Silas also has low health healing, but I do want to point out the Silas is 3-0, but still only 500 gold up on the Syndra, so she is doing a great job at maintaining gold income despite being behind.
Yeah, I think Magician's had a great ability to keep him up on farm, and I think he did manage to get more plates, if I'm not mistaken, on Redwater. I think one of the things that we have to mention, especially now that Dragon Soul is up in 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes here, is that Lacan Lafitte will have neither the Ghost or the Flash for this team fight, so his mobility is super limited. So if he can't get in on that initial engage, he's going to get kited out and maybe killed just like last team fight.
Yep, this is a really dangerous moment for Riftwalkers. Their Darius has not yet hit his second item. Both of his cooldowns his important mobility cooldowns are down going into the soul fight. That is a really painful position you don't want to be in. But we'll see if Riftwalkers can manage to find a fight anyway.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, not having that target access and not having the item is so huge for a champion that kind of relies on that gold scaling. One of the things I want to point out, that might be the shining star of hope for Riftwalkers. They're not that too far behind, but it seems like they can't team fight. Mighty Fine Pie has been having a great game, and let's see if he can cook in the next team fight on these two items.
Yep, Mighty Fine Pie is sitting on 2, so is the Syndra. Both of them are going to be quite strong in this fight. Hecarim is looking to be a very powerful dive champion, but I don't know if diving the Jinx is going to be enough in these fights with Redwater being this strong.
Yeah, one of the things is that Redwater also does, oh my god, he's just chunking him out. He's just taking the fight, but it looks like Mighty Fine Pie is backing up Lacan Lafitte. Redwater might have bitten off 2 more than he can chew. He has to flash out and Proto Belt's out so he doesn't die to the gank. A nice look at Lacan Lafitte kind of baiting Redwater into that 1v1. And Mighty Fine Pie, yeah, he's putting in the value, but one of the things I want to bring up before we saw that little gank play is that the Jinx is on the IE, so he's going to be on that core item for this team fight if they fight around the Dragon.
Yeah, this Jinx is huge. We are seeing a teleport come in here from the Rumble with the Silas.
We see a chunk on the Tice. Mighty Fine Pie and LaChacha do big damage to him. The
it's Brophelios.
Water.
I mean, it's Intercon.
Intercon, yeah, exactly. Intercon is actually getting started. Mighty Fine Pie is getting his resistances shredded, but they do have first move on the Dragon here. What is going on?
Last Force is looking for
both. Looks like the Dragon is taken so low. Last Force, can he get the smite? He can't get the smite steal, but it looks like they're going for the fight anyway. Onslaught of Shadows in the back line. Last Force is in the middle of everyone, but Redwater's in the middle of everyone as well. Equalizer gets dropped down, but it doesn't hit many. Redwater has to jump out with the Proto Belt, and it's a 1-for-0, and Riftwalkers deny the soul.
Yeah.
Last Force, this might be an Otacon. I don't think, actually LaChacha steps up early. He's taken so low. He gets killed by the crit from the Jinx. Get Excited is activated. Your resistances are shredded by the Otacon as we see taken so low. Lacan Lafitte's low. Magician is low. Oso fires a harpoon, but nothing happens out of it. Seems like a bit of an overextension, a bit of greed trying to secure the Otacon in this game state from Riftwalkers means they lose 1. Oh my god, the blast going in. Lacan Lafitte is isolated. Oh my god, he gets a huge heal from the Q, and he just gets ripped apart. Actually, it's Breadwater dying there. Frog Guy wants position. He doesn't have vision in the bush. Crexon's auto-attacking. He's doing so much damage to Frog Guys. Oso's trying to run down the Hecarim. I don't think he can catch him, and Tyche tries to keep his team alive. Oh my god, everyone's like...
Crexon almost goes down.
With 10 HP. It is a bloody fight, and oh my god, barely misses. Holy crap, what a team fight. Redwater wanted it, but he couldn't get anything as we saw Lacan Lafitte hit a huge decimate and heal up so much just to keep him alive. And yeah,
right.
Riftwalkers are both limping away, but there's no Dragon Soul, so they're still in it.
Let's break down that fight a little bit. So that fight, I really think, comes down to High Alert being too afraid to pull the trigger. We saw a long period of the teams just looking at each other, High Alert has to be taking the initiative in these fights and looking to make these engages, and they just stalled too long and took it to a 50-50 smite flip.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know what Rift Walkers is doing, trying to, you know, kind of aggro the Otacon, but it worked. It made High Alert dizzy. Like, they started going for him. They realized that it's the Dragon Soul that's the objective they want, not the Otacon.
They got mind controlled.
Yeah, dies for that too, and then LaChacha dies, but in the end, Rift Walkers come out ahead as they deny the soul. Oh my god, Frog Guy's doing so much damage. Krixin actually has to use the Moonlight Vigil with the slow to keep him alive, and Mighty Fine Pie's 1v2ing here. Oh, jumps on top of Tyche, actually kills Tyche from that full HP with the combo and the ulti. Mighty Fine Pie now has no ulti. He gets locked into the Cataclysm, and Frog Guy's free firing as Breadwater jumps in, gets the stun. Is the heal enough from the Janna's Monsoon? Mighty Fine Pie's very alive, dodges the Super Mega Death Rock, but dies to the Silas, and Frog Guy's firing and firing. He gets the kill onto LaChacha. Breadwater's now here. He hits the upscot. Oh, he doesn't actually. A nice Zanya from Magician, but the Zap is here. Lacombe the Fifth actually on top of Frog Guy. He's 2v1ing in the backline as Breadwater runs down their backline. Krexen's taken low. Breadwater, oh my god, flashing from Lacombe the Fifth. He gets the second dunk. Multi-stack passive. Krexen flashes in for the root, and it's a 4-for-4, actually a 3-for-4 team fight in favor of Rift Walkers as they the craziest team fight and managed to kill almost everybody. Oh yeah, it was a 3-for-5. Tyche died. Oh my god, what a crazy set of events.
Is the problem with Seraphine.
Yeah, I mean,
the champion cannot do anything if you get on top of her, and it's made of paper.
Summoners up for that fight as well, and his ulti, but he just didn't expect himself to die. He didn't expect himself to die.
This is really risky behavior from Tyche here, poking around the
in range. Oh, the Anchor misses. Tyche thought it would extend through the Otacon, but it doesn't actually affect anything that it doesn't hit, I think. So a nice zoning, but now Mighty Fine Pie here. He tries to get the kill. Oh my god, yeah, Mighty Fine Pie taking low, but now, oh my god, the steal is unsuccessful. Last Force tries to go for the flag and drag in. Tyche's taking so low as Mighty Fine Pie just ripping him apart with the rampage. A stun from Breadwater.
We're finding the message.
Frog Guy's here. Mighty Fine Pie gets the kill, but Frog Guy gets one execute. He gets excited. He's firing back on Mighty Fine Pie. Can he do this? He gets a second kill. He gets the kill on LaChacha, and Breadwater's 1v1ing Krexen in the back line. It's gonna be a 4-for-1 for High Alert, as that's the craziest team fight. You can say it again that it's Intercon, because Rift Walkers lost a crucial team fight after getting that objective.
Wow, we are seeing some incredibly messy fights here. Like, it's one person gets caught out into the rest of the team's collapse, into teleports, but an incredible fight from that Jinx. They're just allowed to hit AFK for free the entire fight and really output that incredible damage Jinx is known for. She's going to come back on 3 items and be an incredible danger to Rift Walkers in these upcoming fights.
Yeah, he has a 3.1 thousand, individual gold lead onto Krexen's Aphelios. We saw that Aphelios being able to full combo onto Breadwater, but does not kill him. So Breadwater's having a great game, but I mean, Mighty Fine Pie is playing this so aggressively, and it's making it work. He's able to shred through like Tyche like paper, and he's almost able to kill Frog Guy if it wasn't for the extra damage from Breadwater. So both teams have very volatile, powerful carries ready to fight as they're going for Dragon Soul fight number 2.
All right, Aphelios is deep in the mid lane. He's late to this fight. Are we going to see them take the engage before the
pull?
The time to fight is now before he gets here, but he's showing up to the fight. Last Force is deep
in the pit, actually. Flagged and drag out. There's no engage there. They don't have vision in this bush, actually, as Lacombe the Fifth's going for him. Misses the apprehend point blank, actually, as they all jump on the Lacombe the Fifth, but he gets the Monsoon. It's in the back line. Last Force is on top of everyone, but now Frog Guy's free firing. Mighty Fine Pie is getting taken low as Tyche dies again. Oso's overheated, and he's trying to get in the back line, but Frog Guy's just firing and firing and firing. Super Mega Death Rocket hits Krexen, takes him low. He gets the kill. Frog Guy's still excited as we see Lacombe the Fifth's running away from Last Force. It looks like High Alert's gonna get this fight and secure the Dragon Soul at 28-58 with the beautiful team fight from Frog Guy. Thank you, Tyche, for your sacrifice, because that means we got the best damn Dragon Soul in the game. Actually, no, scratch that. It's not the best in the game, but damn, we got Dragon Soul for this game.
It's the second best.
Second best.
Incredible fight from High Alert. You know, the Jinx really showing, you know, why hyper carries are so powerful in this league. We're really seeing her put out incredible amounts of damage and start to take over this game as she hits her 3rd item. She is going to be just a nightmare to deal with, especially because it's so difficult for Darius to get on top of her from that 750 range. She's just so safe.
I mean, one of the things that I want to mention, we keep mentioning Taich dying on the Seraphine, but I mean, his sacrifice was not in vain as it allows his AD carry to be untouched pretty much the entire fight until the very end. And great job to Less Force for 1v1ing Lacombe Lafit enough that he couldn't get in range. And I think Magician's having some, some really early stuns and kind of pulling the trigger early, as long as LaChacha, who had a great monsoon. I thought this fight was actually in favor of Riftwalkers until, yeah, Frog Guy and Breadwaters kind of cleaned up, and Oso did such a great job zoning with like his AoE damage. So the fight you never know who's gonna win it until it's over.
Yeah, we saw Mighty Fine Pie go in and land that early kill, but just they stalled out. They don't have the extended damage from the Aphelios coming out yet, so the damage just stalled out, and High Alert's damage just ramped up.
Oh, now we see the High Alerts walking into the Tri-Bush. They get the Flag and Drag onto the Darius. Do they have enough damage to kill him? As Taich gets the Toon CC, Breadwater gets the Abscond Abduct. Frog Guy gets the
enough damage.
He just cannot stop. This Jinx is from hyper carrying. Every time we see a Jinx, they just take over Ochremancer. What is this league?
We're in the hyper carry league.
Yeah, screw Prime Meta League. It's hyper carry league now. We're rebranding to HCL.
I mean, whichever team won this game, it was going to be a hyper carry game. We're looking at Aphelios too. Jinx is going to come back here on the crit cloak, so she's sitting on like, I think it's 90% or 85 or something. And she's going to be looking to, oh no, she finished Lord Don's. She is a nightmare.
LDR.
She is now, that is an absurd amount of item advantage. She's nearly 2 full items up on the Aphelios, half an item up on the Syndra. She is going to be very, very dangerous in these fights. We see small gold advantages across the board for Riftwalkers, but 4,000 gold advantage on Jinx is a hard wall to get through.
Oh my god, I don't know if you saw that zap, but that took out like a third of Frog Guy or Crexen's HP. Frog Guy's just firing like atomic missiles at them. This is more accurate Jinx in the game right now. So we have Breadwater level 18. They have the Baron buff, and High Alert's going to be knocking down the front doors as they take the tier 2 mid lane turret, and Breadwater's in the bot lane looking to do the same for bot.
Conlifin is looking for a flank here. He's going to go up. Looks like he's going in.
Oh, Less Force gets rooted and then he gets sucked in. Lacombe Lafit's taking low. Oh, actually a Cataclysm into the Equalizer, doing a lot of damage, but nobody dies just yet. Lacombe Lafit taking so low. A huge shift making some healing. And actually, Frog Guy dies to the Unleashed Power. Breadwater's still alive. Crexen's still alive, but a nice Flag and Drag gets the kill on the Syndra. Crexen trades one back, but now Breadwater's taking over the fight as he flashes for the Abscond Abduct to get another kill for a 5-for-2 fight for High Alert. It looks like
that's going to be the game.
This might be the first loss for Riftwalker.
High Alert with an incredible giant killing performance, putting them in contention for playoffs at 2-2 if Five Fangs drop their game, as well as an incredible performance from the rest of the team, really proving that they didn't need the Jinx to win.
Shout out to the team as we see that golden mode stunting. Breadwater is the Kingslayer with the help of his team. Frog Guy on the lore accurate Jinx as they deliver Riftwalkers their first loss in Prime Meta League. Just a beautiful use of their hyper carry, a beautiful use of their early game pressure, and just some insane mid game team fights from both teams. As some great plays not only by the winning team but also the losing team. So shout outs to both these teams for putting it all of their everything onto the Rift for that game.
Yep. Just an incredible performance, especially from the Jinx and the Sylas, really putting